Can you welcome back Kent DuChaine?
All right, well, we always like to run with Robert Johnson a little bit more in the night. So we're heading up to Chicago. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California to my sweet home, Chicago. Now 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. I'm heavy loaded, baby, and I'm booked, I gotta go. Hey, honey, know you wanna go? Back to the land of California to my sweet home, Chicago. Now 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 2 is 6. Better stop messing around with your boyfriend and get your business fixed. Hey, honey, know you wanna go? Back to the land of California to my sweet home, Chicago. Manley Village Hall, and I'm definitely on my way. Somebody will tell me that you need my help someday. Hey, I know you wanna go back to the land of California to my sweet home, Chicago. I always like to walk a dusty old road with Robert. Over there in Mississippi, it's flat. If you've been, you know what I'm talking about. Just flat. Cotton fields as far as the eye can see. And it hadn't changed since the days of Robert Johnson. Dusty little towns and flat fields of cotton. And Robert's out there working his way along. He's trying to make a nickel or a dime or a place to get a bite to eat. He'll make a little music, maybe a place to stay. Just kicking around as you do. And there's a big storm blowing in, you know, when I was home this last time, right before I started this tour. I'm glad it happened when it did. We had Hurricane Mikey blew through, and the eye passed about 40 miles from my house, and we had some wind. It was really windy. And everything stood tall and stood strong. The house the Brits built, we were very lucky. But man, it was just tremendous. And it was about 3 or 4 hours of just constant wind, wind, wind. And then you'd get the big gusts, and then wind, 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 big gusts. So I picture Robert out there, and here's this big black cloud blowing his way. And he knows it's going to be a bad one. He doesn't know if it's a hurricane or just a big thunderstorm blowing his way. But he's got to find himself a place to hide out. And it's flat. There's nothing. There's nowhere. But if he looks really hard off there in the distance on the backside of that cotton field, there's a couple of trees sticking up. And he knows that there's got to be a little dip in the land there because they didn't plow it. There's trees there. So he works his way along the edge of that cotton field, along the backside. As he approaches that little clump of trees, he can see a little shack tucked in amongst those trees. So he's feeling pretty good right now. He's got himself a spot he can ride out the storm. As he gets closer, he can hear some women cackling. Oh, they're having a good time. Where's that sound coming from? Well, it's got to be coming from that shack. Sure enough, as he gets closer, it gets stronger. Now he can smell it. Bacon cooking. Oh, man. Wow, he's weaving his way down to that shack. Got a big overhang. He's got a spot to hang out for the storm. He's got some good women in the kitchen there working. Oh, if he comes up with a little music, maybe he'll get lucky. Maybe one will take him home. Yeah, he'll get himself a nice hot bath, maybe. And maybe a nice home-cooked meal. And if he does it just right, might get some of that good, hot, I love it. Well, it's gonna be raining outdoors. Now the woman that I'm loving, I took from my best friend. Well, that joker got lucky and he stole her back again. You better come on in my kitchen. Well, it's going to be raining outdoors. Oh, she's gone. I know she won't come back. Well, I've taken her last nickel out her nation's sack. You better come on in my kitchen. Well, it's going to be raining outdoors. Now when a woman gets in trouble, everybody throws her down. She's looking for a good friend, but none can be found. You better come on in my kitchen. Well, it's going to be raining outdoors. Oh, mama, the winds are blowing. Well, it's gonna be raining outdoors. Now my mama's dead, my papa left today. Well, I ain't got nobody to love and care for me. You better come on in my kitchen. Well, it's going to be raining outdoors. Oh, mama, come on now. Robert Johnson, king of the Delta Blues, man. I tell you what, every year I play the Johnny Shine's Memorial Blues Fest to celebrate my old friend up in Tuscaloosa. And last year, when they were doing the promo, they had a little link to the Mount Zion Memorial Fund. And Mount Zion is where one of the graves of Robert Johnson is. And they have all these little fundraisers to help keep the church going and keep Robert's grave out there, clean and looking spiffy. And they had this, on their website, they had a link to some pages that Johnny Shines had written about Robert Johnson. And for me, it was fascinating. It was like 5 pages of handwritten letters that Johnny wrote, and talking about how crazy Robert was and what a wild boy, running the roads with him. It's quite fascinating. If you like that sort of stuff, check out the Mount Zion Memorial Fund. So apparently Johnny said that Robert was, well, he was just hot for women. Let's just put it that way. And I can see Robert. He's got himself a good woman. He's been singing about coming into my kitchen. He's got that good woman that took him home. He's all set up now, but he's not satisfied. What's wrong with Robert Johnson? Well, he's got one in every town. He knows he can come back anytime he wants. So he gets up in the middle of the night, puts his clothes on, out the door he goes, tips his hat to the gal. Now he's marching around town, looking for that late night action. He's looking for those loose and wild women down by the riverside in that little juke joint down there. That's where they're at. Let's head on down there with old Robert. It's hot, it's August. He's banging away on his blues in that little shack down there by the riverside. The boys are standing around outside drinking their moonshine. It's too hot to pile in that little shack. Mid-August there in Mississippi. But here comes that big terraplane and these 2 beautiful women dressed in furs, dripping with jewelry, gold and silver. And into the little shack they go. They don't care how hot it is. They're showing off a little bit. All dressed up. Here comes the boys right behind them, piling in. There's Robert Johnson singing the blues. He's got his eye on that one gal with the gold teeth. He knows she's got the money. He doesn't realize, though, that woman with the gold teeth is the boss's girlfriend. And the boss is out back mixing up some poison whiskey to pass to Robert. So this might have been the last song he sang that night, that hot night in Mississippi, down by the Pea River. If your mind gets personal, honey, won't you have your fun? If your mind gets personal, honey, won't you have your fun? Just come on back down here to the sugar shack. There'll house all night long. All night long. I got women in Vicksburg, clean them in Tennessee. I got women in Vicksburg, clean them in Tennessee. Point rider hops all over me. All over me, boys. I'm going back to Rosedale, take my rider by my side. Come on, honey, let's go. I'm going back to Rosedale, take my rider by my side. Oh, honey, now to the barrel house on the riverside. Come on, honey, let's barrel house. Now I'm gonna steak no color butter front to this crown we gold. She's got it all, boy. Now I'm gonna steak no color butter front to this crown we gold. She got a mortgage on my body, a lien on my soul. Oh, my soul. Squeeze my lemons till the juice run down my leg. Oh, baby, you know what I'm talking about. But you can squeeze my lemons till the juice run down my leg. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, honey, now we can be rocking. Rockin' in my bed. Down by the riverside. Oh, Robert Johnson. Nasty old blues. You can see that's probably the last one he sang that night. Oh, yeah. Well, let's leave Robert. There's not very many of those old juke joints left back home in America. I got to hang out in a few of them over the years, but they're just few and far between. And it's kind of sad. But there is a little place called Gibbs Place in Bessemer, Alabama. If you're ever traveling through Alabama, Saturday night at Gibbs Place is magical. Man, you'll get that feel of the old barrel house. Gibbs Place, it's run by a man by the name of Gip Gibson. He's about a 92-year-old grave digger. And he decided back in the early 50s that he was going to take his little shack behind his house and turn it into a little juke joint, shot house, blues spot. And Gip plays the blues, and he learned to play when he was quite young, and then he got jumped by the KKK, and they busted him up really bad. And it took him a long time to get his playing back. But he persevered. Now, at the age of 90-something, he sits in his little shack on Saturday night, drinking his moonshine, playing this real lazy hill country style blues. It's just ever so sweet. So from the early 50s, he started doing this, and he'd get his family and friends to come by and drink a little moonshine and listen to him play his music. And all the greats of the blues that were traveling through Alabama, performing in Birmingham, in the big city Bessemer, they'd come late night to Gibbs spot, get a little drink of that shine, and play a little blues. So he had all the greats would come through and sit in on a Saturday night there. So it became quite well known amongst the blues cats. Then the Blues Society formed in Alabama, and they heard about Gibbs Place, and now it's really gotten some notoriety, and Gip is like internationally known for this little shack. I got to play for old Gip a few years back. It was his birthday week, January, first week of January. Oh, I was so excited. I had met Gip several years earlier and became friends, but never had a chance to play his place. And finally, I got the opportunity. I got there early, and there's old Gip coming out of a trailer in the back by the shack. And I says, Gip, man, it's so nice to be here. I'm so excited. Boy, it's good to have you here. Looking forward to it, he tells me. And I said, Gip, what's with this trailer back here? He says, well, I'm living in the trailer, Kent. I said, well, you got a house out here on the front, don't you? He said, yeah. I said, well, why don't you live in that? He said, well, it's kind of beat up. It needs a lot of work. Let's just put it that way. I said, well, we can get the Blues Society together, and we'll all chip in and fix it all up for you. He says, boy, we don't want to do that. I said, well, why not? He said, boy, if I fix that house all up, my wife will come back. I said, okay. Oh, he's a character, I tell you. So I played for old Gip all night long. We jammed a little bit early, and then I played all night long, and it was just so nice. Check out some of the photos on my Facebook page if you get a chance. You'll see Gip up there dancing away. And it got late in the night, 5 o'clock in the morning maybe. Most of the crowd had left, and it was just Gip and his family and a few friends lingering in the back. And I played this next song, and these two big black guys walked up to the stage and said, boy, we want to talk to you. It's like, oh, what's up? Boy, you made Mr. Gip cry. Oh, is he all right? Is he going to be okay? Boy, you don't understand. You made Mr. Gip cry. I said, well, I'm just playing what I feel. Boy, you just don't understand. You made Mr. Gip cry, and he wants you to come back and play every Saturday night. He just loved that old style of blues. So this is the one that brought a tear to old Gip's eye. from 1926. I think it's the greatest blues song of all time. Everybody's got a version of this old blues. Sing along with me if you like. Trouble in mind, am I blue? But I won't be blue always. Well, now the sun is gonna shine in my back door someday. Now I'm all alone at midnight, honey, and my lamp is burning low. Well, I ain't had nothing but trouble in my life before. And now my love life, she done quit me, boys, and it sure do grieve my mind. Sometimes I feel like living, sometimes I feel like dying. All right, Bessie, sing a little bit. Satisfy my mind. Trouble in mind, honey, am I blue? But I won't be blue always. Well, now the sun is gonna shine in my back door. Well, the sun is gonna shine in my back door. Well, the sun is gonna shine in my back door someday. Someday, Mama. If you're feeling good, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, let's party a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I always like to do a little positive music at the end of the night. This one's by Earl Hooker. When I sing yeah, yeah, and I stop, I need you to sing yeah, yeah right back. I know we can do it. Let's get to it. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, pretty baby, why don't you tell me so? Let's do it again. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, let's go. Did you mean it, honey, when you hurt me so? Did you mean it, honey, when you hurt me so? Now there's one thing, baby, that I really want you to know. All right, just the women. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now the men. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, we, yeah, yeah. You're the best. Oh, thank you. We have time for one more? Okay. Hey, once again, I want to thank all of you for letting old Kent DuChaine let Bessie come into your home. Make a little noise with the old blues. Thank you so much. We always like to end with a little gospel, if that's all right. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming to carry me home. There was a band of angels coming after me. Coming to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming to carry me home. Once again, thank you for supporting live music. We always try to leave with a little blessing, if that's all right. May May you be content, and may you live your life with ease. But most importantly, make sure you buy all of Kent DuChaine CDs. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Go up to the bar. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. You sing it. My dear grandmothers, when they went on before, I told them that I'd be done when the saints go marching in. One more time. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching, when the saints go marching, when the saints go marching. Blues forever! Now we're ready. You're the best. Thank you very much. A great pleasure. And I'll see you at the bar.
The poor man's dying of cold, you know.
I'm ready for a drink.
I'll have a drink, mate. Well, I'll do you a favour.
Oh.
If you sing me Irresistible one, I'll buy you a pint of Guinness.
Oh my.
What do you reckon, Pete? Yeah. You need to make a big fuss. Will you do it?
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with a little song I wrote about my third ex-wife. And I'm free to sing this one now that my fourth ex-wife came about. Because, you know, it's too close. If you sing about the third and you got the fourth, she doesn't like that. I know. I now have the freedom. Boys, I got a problem, and I need some good advice. Well, I found a little more Sherry. She's the darling of my life. But should I resist her? Should I turn my back and walk away? Well, if you haven't seen her, boys, it sure makes that easy to say. I and it's really taken its toll. And if I can have her, boys, I swear I'm gonna sell my soul. She's irresistible, like sweet cherry wine, so irresistible, just the one that I wanna define. She's irresistible, like sweet cherry wine. And if I can't have her, boys, I swear I'm gonna lose my mind. And I took my mama's advice. Well, I married little Ma Sherry, and she's a darling of my life. She's irresistible, like sweet cherry wine, so irresistible, just the one that I wanted to find. Just the one that I wanted to find. Now that's irresistible.